Hello everybody, it's Source Codex again, and as usual, I like to update you guys on CDs that I've recently purchased and a little bit of info about them and general recommendations. Um, I'm big into jazz rock fusion, selected progressive rock, electronic music, and anything that seems to tickle my fancy. So, anybody that had never heard of Marc Guillemont out of France, he is an excellent guitarist, and you basically can't find this in the U.S. It's out of Europe, so you have to dig and look. I actually have two of these. One is for sale. I will put a link to some of the places where I sell my CDs. And this one's for my personal use. If you like Alan Holdsworth, this guy can do a mean Holdsworth. Okay. I had this CD by Bill Connors a long time ago. Got rid of it because I found it to be a snooze fest. It's his latest release of years ago. He hasn't released anything since. This was on the Tone Center label. And, you know, I'm just kind of a completist, and I saw this listed on eBay. I offered him $3 because there was no CD liner, and he sold it to me. So that's a recent acquisition, just for being a completist. If you're into really kicking jazz rock fusion like Connors was known for in the 70s and the 80s, forget it. It's not happening here. Okay. I have been looking for year after year after year for this CD by Koichi Yabori of Fragile and other groups, called Guess Where I Am. Even Koichi could not find a copy for me. So I looked up and I found one on eBay, Italy. And it just arrived a couple days ago. Highly recommended jazz rock. Okay. So, I had this on digital format for a long time, but I decided, what the heck? I mean, Bendian would never send me anything, the drummer for this group, when I asked him to let me review it and put it on my website and All About Jazz and play it on the radio. He was like, no response. So I gave up on him. But recently, I bought this, and at a good price, because it's got some great stuff. Return to the Emerald Beyond. I think there's a couple CDs. Yeah, there's 2 CDs in here. So I'm glad I picked this up. This is a very, very rare ambient CD by Richard Tyler called Fathoms. I actually own 2 of these, and I have one of these up for sale. Highly recommended. No artist website, no artist contact, but great stuff. This came a couple days ago. Alan Holdsworth, Leverkusen, 2010. I recommend it. I haven't heard it, but I know it's going to be good. Now, I've got another CD coming out in a couple days from here, as in a couple months, or 2 or 3. And I was researching what I was going to call my CD. And this guy's work came up with a title that was close to what I was going to call my CD to be released in 2022. And when I read about it, I thought, sounds interesting. A lot of synthesizer work here, and not bad overall. But you know, there's only a couple songs that really thrilled me, so this is going up for sale in the next few days. I just don't need to keep stuff that really doesn't satisfy me 100%. And he also released another CD that I bought, just curious to hear it, Number Our Days. Again, a lot of synthesizer work, some interesting interpretation of well-known pieces, adagio for strings, vocalese, but I don't need it. I'm in contact with Steve Kahn every once in a while, and we talk about music and whatnot. He does answer his contact form on his website, and he's a really great guy. And I came across Steve Kahn, The Collection. You know, I've got all his other stuff, but I thought, what the heck, I'll buy this too. So here's another thing I bought. Now, another ambient artist, Diatonis, his real name is Stuart White. He does not answer his emails at all. He's impossible to get hold of, but you can find his music. This is a 3 CD retrospective release, and I found it on eBay and snapped it up. I also snapped up Mahavishnu Project Phase 2. Again, Bindian, the drummer, would not send me a copy years ago for review. So all these years later, I decided to buy it. Why did I buy it? Essentially for one song. Pete McCann on the guitar slays it on the second disc, track 4, Within the Womb of Night. It's worth having this CD just for that song. Just amazing guitar work. And McCann is really under the radar. A lot of people don't know about him, but he does a Mean McLaughlin and just his own sound. A little bit like Adam Rogers of Lost Tribe when he wants to, but killer stuff. We've got Steve Hunt on keyboards, so how can you lose? Now, this is an oddball thing I bought called Time Warp. I bought it because the same guy that's on Bachbusters, Don Dorsey, does a piece called Ascent. But if you're into sci-fi music, there's a lot of good music from major TV shows, movies, and you know, it's just a good collection. I'm a nerd. I bid on it. I think I bought this for $2. It's worth it. A group that's little known that I absolutely love. I got this from Greg Walker and Symphonic Music. Providence. Ever Since the Dawn. It's folksy. It's proggy. Unique vocals. Just kind of trippy, kind of nice. And also I picked up Stanley Clark Live, him at the 7th Galaxy. It's essentially a legal bootleg, but I thought I would grab it up. I got this from Wayside Music off of Discogs. Now, if anybody has never heard of Yasuo, it's hard to focus in, but his name is IASOS. He does the most unique, spacey, ambient, new age music you will ever hear. and this is some of his very earliest recordings. The guy's in a subset of sound creation all his own. And a lot of great liner notes in this, talking all about Yasuo. Recommended. Okay, does anybody remember Windham Hill music? Well, this is Daniel Heck's Willow. Superb classical guitar. This is hard to find as well. Well, I also bought a remastered shim, I think that's how you say it, SHM CD from Japan. Bill Connor's Swimming with a Hole in My Body. Sounds superb. And lastly, but not leastly, I picked up off of eBay Miles Davis's Bitches Brew 40th anniversary. And this is quite the presentation. There are lots of notes and just all kind of goodies in this release. Anybody that's into jazz fusion, this is where it started with Miles Davis. A lot of famous jazz rock musicians came out of his band. People like McLaughlin, Zamanul, even Mike Stern played with Miles Davis for a while, as well as Adam Holzman. So you get 3 CDs and a DVD. So I haven't listened to or watched any of this, but yes, I record music, I release music, I promote music, and I buy music. Yeah, a lot of free music is sent my way for promotion. I can't tell you how many hundreds of CDs have come my way since the 90s. And my wife says, "Why do you keep buying stuff?" Well, I can't really answer that, other than the fact that music has just got an ineffable, indescribable effect on people, and there's nothing like it. It goes straight to your soul. So that's some of my recent acquisitions and a little bit of commentary, and I hope that maybe you learned or discovered something. Well, this is Source Codex, also known as the Jazz Fusion Guy, signing off. And if you've been able to hear any music in the background, it's me. Goodbye and good night.